How's life? Doing okay today, I hope. Hopefully the day's going well. It's 11:30 a.m. here, but hey, Agadugu, how you doing, man? Hopefully you guys are doing well. We're just starting here. This is our very first match. I was 1100 something, but I guess I dropped because I stopped playing, and I haven't played now for about 16 hours or 20 hours or whatever. Yeah, I'll keep this. You okay? Good. Nice. I'm doing well. Same as usual. Kind of just not the greatest, but not the worst. Just kind of floating along. Meeting in 30 minutes? Okay, nice. Yeah, doing well, guys. Thank you for asking. Yeah, get the meeting out of the way. Meetings can be such a bore. God, I hated going to meetings when I was working in a company job. It was so some meetings are important and we need to know what's going on and everything, but so many meetings are wastes of time. It feels like why am I here? This is something that could have easily been just covered in an email or whatever. Why are we doing this? That drove me crazy. But I don't know what your company's like, but that's how it was for me with meetings. I think I'm just gonna emerge again. Sorry, not emerge. I'm gonna pick lock again and then squirming emergence. Maybe cast the well, I guess I'll need a fabled passage or something to cast or to bring back the one with the multiverse. I need to get to 8 permanents here, and this is only on 3, so even if I mill 4 permanents, I'm not going to be milling enough. I could Bitter Triumph as well, but I don't have mana to do both those things. I think I'm just going to sweep this all away. It's probably the best. Yep. Doesn't really matter. Sure. None of this goofy nonsense matters. Okay, oh, there's a Cruelty, but Cruelty not quite doing it. Probably should just sweep here. Yeah. And we have another sweeper, so I think we'll be fine. Go nuts. Got a lot of clues. Can draw some cards. Not a fan yet. Oh, you're leading. Oh, but not by choice. Yeah. They scooped to the sweeper. Oof. Oof. Guess what? There's more where that came from. I could go the full 4 Terror Tide. I probably should. Jace can come out. One with the multiverse. Portal. Portal's still good. Whale of the Forgotten, not amazing here. Cruelty's probably not amazing. Let's ditch the Cruelties. We'll run it like this. Yeah, I know, Dugio. I mean, hey, sometimes it's they are important. I mean, we do need to meet with people. Like, it depends on your industry as well. My brother's in the video game industry, and he said during COVID lockdowns, everybody's working from home, and it just made it so hard to get anything done. Because in his, office, and a lot of developers, like video game developers, their offices will be very kind of wide open. Like, you're not stuck in a cubicle. You're kind of encouraged to move around and communicate with people, especially in your department. So he would say, like, oh, I need to, I've got to ask so-and-so about this thing. He runs over to somebody's desk and goes, hey, did you fix the thing on the blah, blah, blah? Okay, send it to me. Great. And he can just go back to his desk and keep going and immediately get. But he's like, when we're working from home, he's like, I'm trying to get a hold of somebody on Slack or whatever, and they're just not there. They're in the bathroom or they're whatever. They missed my message. And it slowed the production of everything down a massive amount. So he was actually happy when he was going back to the office because he felt like he was wasting so much time when he was working from home, just not able to do what he needs to do because he's waiting on other people to get back to him. They can't have these meetings and stuff the way they used to. So really interesting. Hey, Big Spartan, what's up? Did my opponent, I swept my opponent and they were like, that's it, I'm out. Welcome to Mythic. And they say it's a competitive way to play Magic on Arena. I don't know. Anyway. Can you drop out of Mythic? No, I don't think so. You can go lower and lower and lower. Like, I've seen people in the 68 percentages and 70%. But you can't lose your Mythic rank once you're Mythic, no. So I've got a fun one coming up. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're gonna play that on Saturday. Early access has been out for a while, but I guess the game just released a couple days ago. So I got a key. We're gonna be giving it a shot. I think it should be good, but this is not amazing. I guess I have the founding here, but on the draw, I'm gonna keep this actually. Bitter Triumph. We get to discard Portal. People don't. Yeah, exactly, Dujo. That's what I keep saying. Like once you get Mythic, you don't have to care about winning anymore. People just start playing their fun, rogue decks, and that's it. Not a fan of those kind of games. Yeah, I don't play Dead by Daylight and stuff either, and that kind of thing. I think that's what it's like, right? But anyway, I haven't played this one, so I want to give it a shot. But yeah, I totally understand people not a fan of that genre. I think I played Dead by Daylight and it was fine, but I don't know. It wasn't like it's crazy popular. I guess because it's so cheap and stuff too. That's another thing. But I enjoyed Friday the 13th. I thought that was super fun. And then the company that made it lost the licensing for the IP for Jason and Friday the 13th stuff. So the game's still out there. Every Halloween, there's a resurgence in the player base, and people can fire games and people are playing. But like right now, if I tried to play it, nobody would be online. But yeah, the horror kind of games and stuff. There's so many of them now. This one looks cool. I'm gonna try it. We'll see how it goes. But we're gonna play other stuff too. But I'm just saying that's gonna be the new game. And Enshrouded. Enshrouded looked really cool. I'm going to start playing that a little bit as well. Enshrouded's a multiplayer game. Like, it really, really... It's like Valheim, right? You can play it alone, but it's so much more fun with other people. I'm going to play a couple matches on the ladder, then we'll run this through an event again. I could switch decks, but this deck feels really good. Like, it feels strong, and it's very difficult. Like most people aren't playing the kind of interaction that you need to play to beat this deck consistently. Like, you need Rest in Pieces and a lot of Graveyard Hate. Most people are playing 2 pieces of Graveyard Hate, maybe 3. Many are playing 1 or 0. This feels good, but yeah. But with random peeps, yeah. No, it was hilarious. I was role playing the character that I was playing as, and like talking, and people were laughing. Like people thought it was hilarious, and most people were good. Sometimes, yeah, with public people, public lobbies, you get idiots. But okay, Scoop, how you doing, buddy? I wanted to try that black deck. I actually imported it here that you posted. Hold on, let me think about this. I think I can keep this in the dark. And I think I'm missing like 3 rares or something. It's like the stupid squirrel, one of the black rare squirrels I need to craft, but I don't know. I might craft it, might not. Fabled Passage on 1. Let's see what they do. Yep. We crackin', baby. They say nice. Thanks. Interesting. I think I'm just gonna Bitter Triumph Inti. Should I do it now? If I pass, they could have some way to sacrifice it in response, I suppose. Let's pass. I imagine they are going to go straight to combat here and force me to kill this thing. I do want to kill it. I want to put an Atraxa in the graveyard, so I will do that. No Intis for you. What else you got? TB. Tuberculosis. I'll take it. Ooh, what a draw. That was a very nice draw. I need to find a land drop here, so we're going to Founding into Whale, not Picklock Prankster, even though Picklock really mills us a lot harder and could probably let us Squirming Emergence right away. I need to find the land for the Squirming Emergence, so we have to Whale first. And I'm going to be turn 4 Atraxa here, probably. So let's Whale. They can remove a card from my yard or whatever. I do need the land. Jason Whale go to the yard. So I play land and I pass. I mill 4 next turn, and if I hit 4 permanents, I can still Squirming Emergence on turn 4 here pretty easily. Or Cruelty of Gix would do it. Tiny Bone says, when it deals damage to a player, cast non-land permanent from my graveyard. They could cast Jace? No, you can't exile it until... Yeah, you gotta be able to cast it. I like how they did that just to show me. They want my Atraxa. Wow. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Hell of a card. So they discarded 2 and drew 2. You're gonna wish you held on to that Tithing Blade, buddy. Oh, come on. 3 permanents? If I had 4 permanents, we'd have Atraxa here. That's unlucky. Huh, what to do? I guess I'm just gonna pick lock here. So let's pass. Opponent's looking at my graveyard. They know what's going on here. They know it's Squirming Emergence. They can play Wail of the Forgotten if they want out of my graveyard. That's really it. So I don't mind this. This does... How does this flip? Boar counter. If you descended this turn. Right. Ooh, that's pretty good. Gix is going to let them draw a card here, but I can't really do anything about that. That's fine. We'll just jam like one with the multiverse here or something, hopefully. Ultra Orc, what's up? Christmas, what's up? Jub, what's up? Hashira, how you doing? Holy cow. Obi-Wan voice. Needs a bit more tuning. Yeah. Well, that's why I would try it. Yeah, I'd hopefully be tuning it. How you guys doing? How is everybody? He could have taken my Jace. That's what I was wondering, but no. The way this is worded, it's got to be... Oh, no, you may cast. Yeah, they could have... Okay, sorry. I thought it was casting cost, but no, they could have cast Jace for 3. They paid 2 life, but I guess they didn't because it doesn't make sense, right? Like, what is Jace doing for them? Nothing. Jace doesn't matter. I guess they could... Like, if I get to 20, maybe they minus... Okay, there's a Terror Tide. Can I find a land one time? No. I could Wail. Find a land here. Could also Bitter Triumph. Or just Squirming an Atraxa into play. All of these things are options. If I Squirm Atraxa, they're going to just kill Atraxa and then hit me with Gix and the other thing, right? I'm going to Wail. And we can bounce Gix. You can discard a card. I'm going to find a land, hopefully, here, and then I'm going to Wail again. Okay, no land. Come on. Okay, well, I'll take a Squirming, I guess. That sucks, man. Just 1 land all game so far. Go ahead. Yeah. What? Oh my god. Time flies.
3 months. We're closing in on 4 years, boss man. Damn, time flies.
You and MTGDG are so close. Hey, Go Calper, how you doing?
Colin, you are a legend, the king of kings.
Colin, my very first sub on my channel. Yeah, almost 4 years ago now. Holy shit, that's crazy to say that. This October, it'll be 4 years. And yeah, that's crazy. So I've been streaming Magic for about 2.5 years now then, full time, right? Has it been that long? Wow, it's wild. Go Calper has entered the chat. Theme music plays, tomatoes are thrown on stage. Nice. His own intro music. I love it. Rook Egg, yeah. Love Rook Egg, the card. That card was one of the first cards I got to play with in my life, in Magic. I guess it's gonna be Portal here. Boop. Skadoosh. And now I'm gonna kill you. Can you even... Yeah, Black-Red's not gonna be able to get a Portal unless they have a Braid in the main deck? Who knows? Okay. What does the 4 mean? Oh, the card's in hand. Is that what it's tracking? Yeah, okay. I think I'll just take an Atraxa. It's probably good. Atraxa, Founding. Wow, not much here. I guess I'll take a Coast here. Okay, Cruelty of Gix. Could take a look at what's going on over there. Could just Founding bounce a bunch of stuff. Could Squirming back something huge. Oh, I don't have anything else huge to bring back. Could bring back a Jace, I guess. Cruelty of Gix, Wail of the Forgotten. Let's just go... I think I'm going to go Cruelty here. Let's just start on 1. See what they... I just want the info from them. Okay. Tithing Blade. Sure. Discard Atraxa. They can Tithing Blade Atraxa. We just bring it back next turn with Portal. Maybe I'll bring something else back. We'll see. Maybe I'll bring back the infamous Cruel Claw. Oh, they're putting more stuff in the yard for me? Oh, they're bringing back Cruel Claw with... What? I don't know what they cast. Virtue, Tithing Blade. What did they cast? I didn't even see how they brought that back. I'll take a Traxa. Year of Variety every day, yeah. I took a month break. Yeah. So 2 years and a bit. 2 and a bit years. Yeah, it was before I started streaming Magic full time. I think it was over a year. It was like a year and a half. But yeah. Harvester is interesting. No, not really. I guess I'll take another portal. Sure. Take all the things. 23 cards left. Lots of action. Take another Squirming here. I don't need it. Sure. How many cards do they have? 37? Should I just kill them with Jace? Should just probably kill them with Jace, right? But let's do this. Discard, discard, discard. Don't need you anymore. Probably don't need you either. Okay. What else you got? A Virch. It's not gonna matter. Oh, it's the... This thing is doing something. It's the land. Right. Let's take a Stinger back. Sure. Seems good. Oh. For each card in your hand. Ah, right. Oops. Okay, let's just go Lumra here. Going down to 16 cards. Whale. Actually, I don't need to dig here. Let's just do the first two. Yeah, I'm not going to dig. Do that. They have 35. Sure. Squirm. I could bring back Jace. Bring back a portal here. Do a lot of stuff. If I bring back Jason, deck them, what happens? That's probably pretty good, right? Season 5 of Diablo's incredible? Nice. Or maybe one with the multiverse? Let's go Jace here. What else you got? Invasion of Asgol. Very interesting rogue deck here. Red-black mid-range. Sorry, catching up with you guys. Discover. Yeah, it's the Discover off this thing. I didn't realize this thing flipped into a land. Could have dealt with that earlier, but it doesn't matter. The best things they have aren't going to do anything to us. Did they top deck something? -3/-3. Got me. Keep exiling cards. Getting me closer and closer to Jace. They say, oops. Yeah. Draw more cards. No? You sure? Doesn't matter what I put into play here. Let's get another Atraxa. Don't need to take anything. Jace. One card in their deck. Pass. Okay. Sorry, Diablo 5, yeah. You guys are talking about Diablo, yeah. Been a fun ride? Thank you, Colin, yeah. Doing well, just playing a lot of Diablo. Still got to the point where the Magic season bores me. Yeah, I hear you, Jub. Seasonal servers. Oh, because they reset you every season? Is that how that works? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I saw at Gamescom they spoiled something. They showed something with Diablo. I guess it's the upcoming season or something like that. But okay, red black. I don't know what's going on. Just a pile of mid-range cards, right? Souls of the Lost. The hell. Okay, well, maybe I'm not going to use Jace here because they are doing almost the same thing as me. Tidebinder's interesting. I think Frillback's going to be good. They had a bunch of random enchantments and artifacts they're trying to use here. Whale's good. Like, everything is good against them. Harvester's good. Cruelty's really good. I can cut... Maybe I can cut, like, an Archaeologist and a Whale? Okay, I'll cut an Archaeologist and Whale. We'll bring in the Frillbacks, take out the Jace. Let's see. How Decken kills the Planeswalker story-wise? Well, back in the day, Izukagi, your library was your mind. Like, that's why so many old cards refer to, like, Mind Stone and Mind Assault and Mind this and Mind blah blah blah, Mind Spike. Anything to do with your mind was you either discarding cards or milling cards. Your deck was like your consciousness. So when you erase it, you become insane. You basically are driven into madness. I think that was the original lore angle for decking yourself. If you decked the opponent, you drove them insane. You reduce their sanity to nothing almost, right? Your mind is tied to your hands in card, which come from your deck. So attacking the mind, like, you can make people discard stuff with anything attacking the mind twist, in Magic, or attack their libraries, like their memory, not just in their current, what they're thinking about now. That's like mind twist, like blanking your mind, like, what? Now I don't remember anything. Well, it's slowly coming back to me, as I draw more cards. But to erase the person's library means they can no longer have any new thoughts. Like, you've made them insane, right? That's what I think decking somebody is equivalent to in Magic. It's reducing their sanity to nothing. So they can't even, they won't be able to cast spells or summon creatures or do whatever, because you've destroyed their not just what they have in their mind now, but their memory altogether. So they have no memories of anything. They can't they won't be able to formulate any new thoughts. If mind twist and I discard my whole hand, suddenly my mind goes blank and I'm like, oh my god, I can't think of any of the spells I had prepared. But as you keep drawing cards, that will remedy itself, right? So you're not like permanently destroyed by a mind twist. Your mind isn't permanently damaged, but wiping the library is destroying your mind, like, basically, permanently. Stone Brain, yeah. Well, Stone Brain, not quite. Like, yeah, Stone Brain's going in and plucking one memory out, right? That's instead of making you go insane. It's yeah. You need, like, Millstone or some, grind, something to, like, deck them. And like Jace, the Mind Mage, right? Jace, a lot of Jace's abilities are about milling, or when you have no cards in your library, you're like, you win, which is really weird when you think about it. So if it's insane, then what Jace means, like, maybe you're so on the edge of insanity that it's genius, and you find this way to, like, win even though you're kind of insane, or I don't know. But Jace's abilities a lot of them have to do with milling, because he's the Mind Mage. He's attacking your memories and wiping your memories. So now, you're just you think you're a farmer or whatever, when in reality, what is this trigger? Descended, right? Don't care about that. Ooh, lots of permanents. Nice. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it's supposed to, that's how it works in the lore. I think I'm just going to picklock again here. Let's pass. The Mind Sculptor. Yeah, I mean, all of his versions, not just JTMS, but all the other versions of Jace as well. Many of them. I mean, except the one version, Jace the Body Sculptor, where he was a pirate. And that one didn't have anything to do with mind or anything, because he had his mind wiped, right? Was it Bolas or somebody? Bolas made him insane, basically. Or not insane, but, like, wiped his memory, so he didn't know who he was. Around Ixalan, right? I don't follow the lore. I don't know, but I think it was something like that. So, yeah, otherwise, he is the one wiping memories, wiping minds, right? I'd love to see, in our podcast, 2 podcasts ago, I asked the question to Favretto and Ham, which plane would you like to go back to, if you could go back to one plane in Magic? Or should we go to a new plane? Is there an unexplored idea that you think we all said what we thought, and mine was Vryn. I'd like to see more of Jace's plane. We got very little info about it. The core set, Magic Origins or whatever that core set was. Jace was Vryn's prodigy, and there were the mage rings, and I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was by far the coolest thing in terms of backstory there. But then we never went back to that place. I think Ham mentioned there's a battle in March of the Machine or whatever the set that the battles were in. There's a battle that apparently references Vryn, the invasion of Vryn or whatever, but that doesn't really tell us anything. I think it would be cool. Ham had a great one, though. Chandalar. I didn't know Chandalar was an actual plane. I thought it was just the made-up plane for the video game they had. Is it time to cruelty? Yeah, probably. They know I'm going to do this, too, so I'm not exactly sure. Now, let's see here. I could rip a Lumra back into play, or an Atraxa. Lumra's interesting here. 1, 2, 3. No, not really, right? Should I just look at their hand? They're not going to have a way to blow this up, and I'm not really under a ton of pressure here. I'm going to look at their hand. Maybe this is crazy. Oh, lovely. Is this smash an artifact? Oh my god, dude. What are you... That's for my portal to Phyrexia? Dear god. Okay, well, now it's dead in your hand. Duress me, you lucky son of a bitch. Okay, they top deck a Duress because I needed to whale bounce this Stalactite Stalker. Now I can't. So be it. Oh, am I dead exactly? Oh, that's too funny. Oh, I just fucking killed myself. I should have cruelty 3 and just put Atraxa into play. Whoops. Fucking whoops. I'm not paying attention. You can get a free one off me, buddy. You get a free one. Is there... Oh, wait a minute. I could gain some life. No, I'm going to lose life when this trigger resolves. Yeah, sure. My bad. Arcavios is Strixhaven? Right. Jace came from Dominaria. No, yeah, he came from... well, originally he came from Vryn, but when we first encounter him in the Magic lore, he's in Dominaria, yeah. Yeah, Vryn's prodigy. He's like... And so I remember there was a Sphinx in that set that was like his mentor that like betrayed him, and he had to like beat the Sphinx, and that's when he became Jace, the Planeswalker. I vaguely remember a bit of the backstory, but not much. Anyway. Yeah, Blackhaven's right. Yeah, Strixhaven is Arcavios, right. The plane where they ban all the red cards? Nice. Doesn't work like that, but I will keep. I should have played a little bit more carefully. I'm not really paying attention. I don't think this deck. I can smash. I think we smashed this deck very easily. I don't think they have a chance in hell of ever beating us. But I should probably just actually beat them instead of trying to be cute. I was like, oh, look at their hand, see what they have. Well, what's the worst that could happen? No, they're playing a bunch of random. They're playing like a haste. I could just kill Stalactite Stalker here. And then next turn kill Inti. Let's just kill Inti. Because this is going to trigger that guy, right? And he's going to get bigger. Yeah, let's just kill this guy right now. So now I Bitter Triumph. I can crack this. I've got green. I wouldn't mind getting another green here just because I want to kick the Tranquil Frill back at some point, but let's pass. Yeah, Vryn's Prodigy. The pre-Mirrodin sets were awesome. Mirage Tempest Exodus. Yeah, I never played any of that stuff. I stopped right after Mirage came out. I think I bought a pack of Mirage, but that was it. So I never got to play most of those, but looks like my opponents missed their land drop last turn. No, this is turn 3. I was on the play, right? Burrington, how you doing? 3-stream streak. Gotta give the opponent a freebie. Yes, it's not by choice. That's the sad part. I'm not like deliberately trying to give them freebies. I'm just not really like, I'm talking to the chat and I'm like, oh, how can we lose this game? And then I find a way to punt because I'm not paying enough attention here. When I'm a little bit, far ahead, I stop caring about whatever the opponent's doing. Like it doesn't really matter. I had to basically punt to lose that game. I managed to find a way to do it, but Sure, don't care about any of this stuff. So, should I kill... Well, let's just draw. I might draw a Terror Tide or something here, right? I guess I could wait. Let's pass. See what happens. Maybe they duress me to force my hand here or something. So, the Stingerback's going to kill me quickly, but Gix drawing them cards? I don't know what's worse here. Souls of the Lost. They discard a card. Oh boy, they're playing right into my Wrath effect here. Eyes, they do? I didn't even know that. They have red eyes? I don't know. Yeah, we all punt. Oh, and then of course, look at this. And I'm going to lose the match now because in game 3 I get hit by the variance train. Jesus Christ. So I should have just won this match on game 2, but this is kind of what everybody's doing though. It's the Mythic ladder. Like, who gives a shit? I don't even care. I don't care if I win or lose. It's irrelevant here. I don't care about my rank. I don't care about any of this stuff. So I find it hard to like even, I don't know. I don't play as well when I don't care. You know, I just don't. I pay less attention. I focus on chat. I do goofy stuff. I keep greedy hands. I don't give a shit, you know? Like, so yeah, sure. You got lucky. Great. I punted in match 2 and then you do this. That's fine. I don't think we're going to win here. I'm sure they have a removal spell, but sure. So that they can hide better in cherry trees. Interesting. Have you seen an elephant in a cherry tree? Nope. Is there another punchline here? Kolben Meter, how you doing, buddy? Mythic Ladder is the real brewing. Yeah, for sure. Mythic Ladder's kind of a gong show. So let's do an event. I was just playing a couple random matches while I waited for people to come in here. We'll do an event for YouTube. I'm going to have an article coming out tonight on MTG Circle as well about this deck. So let's try and get a patch notes. Great. Let's try and get... Oh, not you. I just want to play. Can I just play the game? Let's go to a standard event. We'll try this again. Nope. Why is standard here and traditional standard is not next to it? Are you fucking kidding me? Why is this all the way at the top and the other one's all the way at the bottom? Oh my god, it's just brainless. Wait, what? Oh, did I not claim my rewards? Maybe that's why? Okay, I guess I didn't claim my rewards. Sure. Still shouldn't be up at the top, but anyway. There's no indicator on it that I didn't claim my rewards. It just is separated from the other one for some reason. Okay, let's see if we can do it. I'm gonna do a quick little intro video. Even though I already did this for the deck yesterday. Our YouTube videos are all going up on the YouTube channel, DamienF16_Magic. There's another channel where we play non-Magic games. I play a lot of different stuff, and I'm sure there's something you're going to like on that, so check it out. Otherwise, let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to be recording. Tor, finish your joke. There, you can see how well they can hide. So they have red eyes because they hide in cherry trees, and then why do they hide in cherry trees? Because you can see how well they hide. All right. Very nice. Nice job. That is not funny at all. Very German. Very German humor there. The card Verity Circle. I remember that. Yeah, Kolben Meter. Yeah, I've heard of that. What happened to that card? I can't remember. Verity Circle. Is it from Legends? Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, you draw a card. Verity Circle. Oh no, that's from like one of the Ravnica sets. Yeah. I vaguely remember that. What about it, Kolb? Yeah, I remember it. Mythic, because Mythic players are not better than Bronze players. They just have more time. In a lot of ways, yes, Stinol. That's exactly the difference. That is it, yeah. I hope I never see the Germans again. They did kill some of my grandparents. I mean, yeah, but those aren't the people who live in Germany now, Stinol. Don't be ridiculous. Sauerkraut, nice. How do you understand this card? So, okay, so what it means is if you tap, if a creature becomes tapped, but it's not attacking, you draw a card. So think of all the ways in a game of Magic that a creature can become tapped, without attacking. It's not attacking, but you tap it. Maybe it's got an ability that taps for mana. Every time a creature taps for mana, like Llanowar Elves, you draw a card if you have Verity Circle. Verity Circle's ability says 5 mana, tap a creature. So you can actually pay 5 mana to tap one of your opponent's creatures and draw a card. Because again, that creature's becoming tapped, but it's not attacking, so you draw a card. That's what it means. So it was very slow because 5 mana to tap a creature of that your opponent controls is way too slow. And it only triggers off your opponent's creatures, of course, because if it triggered off your own creatures, it would be way too good. You could tap Llanowar Elves to make a mana and draw a card. Like, that would be insane. So that's it. Yeah, that's how it works. So it's a little bit clunky, the wording. I know it's kind of confusing, but that's what that does. Yeah. So it could be very powerful. But anyway, let's do this for YouTube. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for another episode. We're going to run it back with Squirming Emergence. We came very close to the 5 wins yesterday. Let's try and do it today. I'm just going to do another quick primer in case you're just tuning in for the first time. It's a Reanimator deck. It's built around Squirming Emergence, which means you need to get a bunch of permanents into your graveyard. The deck is all permanents except Squirming Emergence, Bitter Triumph, and Whale. Those are your kind of enabler or Bitter Triumph helps you by discarding a card, which is very important to get these giant things into the graveyard if you draw them. And then Whale of the Forgotten puts cards in your graveyard and is also an excellent utility card later. You can do all the modes very easily once you have 8 permanents in the yard. Archaeologist mills you, Founding mills you, and casts another 2-mana spell. Picklock mills you. Picklock and Archaeologist can also find your Squirming Emergence when they mill it, or some other card like Jace or whatever. You have Cruelty of Gix to reanimate as well, and then you have your big reanimation. Oh, I can't move cards around here, right? Because I've already entered the event. You have Harvester of Misery coming back against aggro to be kind of a weird board wipe. Lumra is a card I'm still testing. I think it's been good so far, but ETBs mills you, then puts all the lands into play, which kind of doesn't work well with Squirming because it pulls all the permanents out of your graveyard, or a lot of them. But it doesn't matter because if you put 12 land into play, you just cast all your stuff. That's the nice thing about this deck. All the big things we have on the top end are castable. We don't have to reanimate them, but it's very common to have a turn 3 Squirming Emergence drop an Atraxa into play, or turn 4. So yeah, deck's very powerful. We've got a bunch of stuff in the sideboard, mostly for aggro, Eclipses and Terratides control. We've got T-Rex, Jace, Negate, and Duress. Mid-range is kind of easy peasy. Mid-range and other control decks that are not blue, like Boros Control or Domain, stuff like that, we just run them over. My win rate against those decks is almost 100%. So I'm gonna run it back. We're gonna play this deck one more time and see if we can do it. I'll see you in round 1. Okay, that's gonna be for YouTube. Let me go back over here. I think I'm a little too big as well here on the screen. Somebody mentioned that they couldn't see Jace's loyalty one time when we were playing, but here we go. Alchemy's getting better every day. Interesting. Liliana, Shelly, and all those other nasty cards are gone there. Oh, it did rotate. Yeah, that's true. No matter. Well, no, but wait, what? Those aren't legal? Oh, they have rotated? Oh, really? Interesting. I mean, look at some of the. I don't know. So Stinel, Shelly, and Liliana, who gives a shit? Those cards don't matter because you're playing with the One Ring and Bowmasters. Liliana and Shelly might be okay in Standard. They're not even amazing. They're fine in Standard. But in Alchemy, it doesn't even matter that they rotated. Nobody was playing those cards. Bowmaster, Ring. I mean, Shelly maybe was okay with One Ring, but it's the Lord of the Rings cards and the Alchemy cards that are ruining it. Not Liliana and Shelly. German kids will be kinder. Kinder, like kindergarten. Nice. Do you know any other jokes, or are they all just German jokes? I'm Portuguese. My family, I'm from Canada. I'm Canadian, but I don't know any real Canadian or Portuguese jokes. I don't know. Did you already play Midweek? No, I heard it's cancer. Mostly because of Alchemy. I heard the white-red mouse deck is so far beyond all the other decks. I think, doesn't it have some goofy card that conjures Embercleave into your hand or something? Or puts Embercleave into play? Something like that. I'm just hearing nothing but people saying it's cancer. It's one of the worst midweeks ever. The blue-black deck is straight unplayable. It's like, yeah, none of the decks are balanced. One of them is way better than all the other ones. If you want to speedrun it, just play white-red mice and do it. Yeah, Alchemy rotates faster for nobody knows why. It doesn't make any sense, Izukagi, but yeah. Shelly and One Ring. Yeah, so Shelly gains you a little bit of life, but One Ring is the problem there, not Shelly. Alchemy sucks with the busted cards. Yeah, Alchemy is just kind of bad. Like even the Alchemy cards are bad. Like the Heist is ridiculous. Heist's another problem that I guess a lot of people are complaining about, but they should just kill it. Fucking shoot it in the head. Put it to bed. Put it out to pasture. Get rid of the format. It's hurting Magic. It's actually hurting Magic. I don't care if people are having fun with it. That's great. You can have fun with it. That doesn't mean it's not actually hurting the game as a whole, right? You're diluting the player base, first of all, which is bad. Second of all, you're confusing new players badly. Like they're getting very like new players. The more weird formats, Timeless, Historic, Alchemy. Like what's even the difference between these? Oh, this is what? Like what should I be playing now? Like less formats is actually better as long as each format covers a different group of cards and feels different. Historic, and then you could have a version of Historic that has no banned list. Standard, Pioneer. That's it. And then limited, of course, but limited is a different thing. We're talking about constructed formats here. There should be Pioneer, Standard, and Historic on Arena. That's it. That would be nice and easy. And then Historic has another mode called No Banned List Historic. Oh, that is pretty self-explanatory. It's Historic with no banned list. Great. That would be Timeless. Whatever the time. Like why do we need another format called Timeless? It's crazy. The more formats, the worse it is for new players. The worse it is for fragmenting the player base. Alchemy should be killed off. Timeless should be killed off. They should just make no banned list Historic a separate format, and that's it. That would be the elegant way to handle all this. But right now, it's just a hot mess. Okay, I'm gonna play this thing. Let me catch up with you guys. Giftaristic Study? Oh, is that a card? Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Giftaristic Study? Is that a thing one of those cards does? Yeah, most people don't like it. Anyway, we've said this so many times. We've talked about this to death, but the mouse deck's insane, right? Streamers are hurting Magic? That's a hot take. I played Squirrels and Frogs and no win. Yeah, Boros Mouse, yeah. 3 year no, the rotation they did that for paper players. Nobody gives a shit about Arena. When they change it to a 3 year rotation, when they introduced standard showdowns back to stores again, and now you've heard this new standard thing, this standard Spotlight or whatever it's called, or Magic Spotlight. They're kind of like pseudo GPs that are coming back 5 times a year. That's all to give paper players more value. The 3 year rotation was because many players complained that Standard was one of the most expensive formats because your cards rotated every 2 years and the price of Standard cards kept going up and up and up. When you had $80 Meathook Massacres and $90 Sholdreds and stuff a couple years ago, if they had rotated out like that's costing hundreds of dollars. People didn't like that about Standard. It was bad for Standard. So the 3 year rotation is putting value into Standard, and I don't mind it. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. We'll see. Like they have to that depends on how they design sets going forward, but I don't think it's a bad thing. It actually is good if you're a paper player. Digital players are all whining about it because they don't care about the price of paper cards, but that move was for paper players, and it was a good move for them. Like we don't get any advantage from a 3 year rotation, but if somebody does, if the health of the game is better because of it, I don't mind. I'll take the hit, But yeah, Alchemy could have been something like what they first envisioned, but it's not that anymore, right? Historic is not even like Modern. There's no real analog because it's got a bunch of cards that don't exist in paper. So yeah, maybe power-wise, it's similar to Legacy or Modern or something. I don't know. Who knows? But new player goes to Evan. Oh, Darcy doesn't... Oh, because of Alchemy. Yeah. Not Darcy, but like Rusco or I don't know, one of those cards that gets nerfed. But yeah, like Goldspan. I played the Alchemy version of Goldspan the whole time I learned how to play Magic. And then I play in real life and somebody busts out Goldspan and I say, wait a minute, what? When it does the treasure right away, or I don't even remember what the nerf was. It makes... They took a bit away its ability to make treasure when it got targeted, or I can't remember, but yeah. Yeah, Ninja, right. And that, like, this is the client to onboard new players. It's definitely not Magic Online. It's this. This is why this whole thing was conceived. We need something more streamlined, more user-friendly, more visually appealing than fucking disgusting Magic Online. Here it is. And then, like, yeah, they ruined the onboarding experience by diluting the player base with all these formats and just silly stuff. It's crazy. Anyway, I do have to do this video, guys. I love the convo in here is great, but Shouldered's still 70. Yeah, I believe it. The media, and they banned it, Preru. Yep. I remember back in the day when Jace the Mind Sculptor was $100 and I had my playset, but people had just got into Standard right before it got banned, and dropping $400 on 4 cards and then it gets banned is people were pissed. People were very, very pissed. Understandably so, right? So what paper players? Oh, there's lots. There are tons. Like, I mean, I think especially now, a lot of people moved away from standard back then. When, like, you know, when especially Throne of Eldraine, there was so many bannings. Standard was in a really shitty place right before the pandemic hit, which was the final nail in the coffin. But a lot of players moved into modern going, hey, my cards hold their value longer in modern. There's no rotations. It's an eternal format. But then here we are, every single time they put out a Modern Horizon set, that is the rotation. That's it rotating. So your modern cards went from, oh look, I bought into the Living End deck, or I bought all the cards for Titan, Amulet Titan. And then Modern Horizons 3 comes out. Poof. All those decks are worth nothing. All those decks are useless now. It's like, oh my god. So there's no escaping it. And I think modern players realize that now. And especially currently with the state of modern, you're seeing a lot more players interested in standard. The problem is, again, the timing of the tournaments and the RCQ seasons was so badly planned. We should be playing right now, standard, competitively, RCQ season. Instead, we had rotation, and then it was Pioneer RCQ season. Then it's modern RCQ season. Like, what? The rotation just happened. Capitalize on that. It's something we've been waiting for 3 years, you know, like, anyway, so frustrating. But there are tons of standard players out there. That meme is killed now. Okay, I scoop. That was COVID time. It's back. We've got tons of people who play standard. Jesus Christ, the last standard regional championship in the States had like 15 or 1,300 players at a regional championship. That should tell you all you need to know, I think, right? Good evening, Smoltron. How you guys doing? Yeah, well, Foundation will help, but Foundation is not gonna be all the cards in standard, right? We still need a smaller. We can't have all the sets in standard rotate every 5 years. The Foundation set's just the evergreen cards, right? That's all. So it's a different thing. It's not really part of the rotation. It's something outside that. It's just to make standard, you know, so that we don't have to print a negate every other set or duress or whatever. Like, yeah, we don't need to waste slots in an actual set for these cards that should just always be legal in standard. You know what I mean? So I think that's why. That makes sense to me, but... all right. The True Toro's fantastic. Destronium, what's up? Alchemy and the cash grab of it. I've not spent a cent on MTGA. Wow. Really? Interesting. Yeah, I don't like them, Destronium. And yeah, you're not alone. There's a lot of people like that who feel the same way, but... Dom Harvey's the main reason. Yeah, Dom did, you know, great work with the deck. It was a top deck. It was one of the best decks in Modern until Modern Horizons 3 dropped, and poof, that's it. I mean, it's still maybe playable, but no. When Nadu gets banned, Necro Dominance will be one of the best decks. Ruby Storm might make a resurgence. The energy decks are very good. All that other stuff is like tier 2 now, and so I don't know, maybe there's a list of Amulet Titan that could still be good. I don't know, maybe the sideboard can shore up the weaknesses, but anyway, it just, you know, everything rotates now. I don't think anybody can say, oh, I don't like standard, I like modern because standard rotates, modern doesn't. It's like, no, they all rotate, honey. All right, so get used to it, get used to spending. So anyway, RCs, oh I see what you mean. Yeah, they should have, sure, okay, Scoop, I agree. They should have more standard RCQ seasons and stuff. It's crazy that they have more of the other formats. Nobody likes those other formats. Everybody's happy with, like, people are loving standard right now, but there's no real data on that because we can't see, you know, there's no tournaments happening. We don't have data from LGSs and stuff, but instead of one Pro Tour with 500,000, 2 at the same time, sure. Oh, at the same time? No, but then they're diluting their players. You can't have 2 tournaments at the same time. We call that cannibalism in business. It's like if I sell a hamburger and then I sell another hamburger that's better or whatever. I don't know. Or another product that's similar to your own product, but like, why have 2 that are almost the same? You know, it has to be different enough. Like, you can have a bunch of hamburgers on the menu, but they've all got to be different. There can't just be 2 very similar products in your lineup. One of them will cannibalize the other. So you can't have 2 tournaments at the same time for the same reason, right? America and Europe, but they want everybody to be watching one tournament. They don't want half. They're going to split their viewers and split their, you know, Twitch stream. Like, how are they even going to broadcast that? They only have one Twitch channel. But Ragavan, yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? Imagine paying a bunch of money for Ragavans. That's what I mentioned that before, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Quirski. And that's why people ask me, why do you play, why do you only play standard and, limited? And I want to play Explorer. When that becomes Pioneer, I will play the hell out of that. But why don't you play Historic? Why don't you play, Timeless and stuff? Because it doesn't matter, I reply. None of those things matter. I want to give my viewers something useful that they can, play an FNM, like what Quirski's saying there. Or maybe you do get the itch to, hey, there's an RCQ in my area. I've never played in a real tournament, but my shop has shop decks. Maybe I'll just go down there, pay the entry fee, use a shop deck. And I know what the deck does because I've seen people play it on Twitch or whatever, right? But yeah, Star City is back. And they just announced, did you beast that meme? Star City's back, and they have $50,000 standard tournament coming up in January in Atlanta. Standard's big. They just had $100,000 standard tournament at in the States back in was it in Atlanta or I don't know where, but yeah. Star City's great. Now Star City used to do it every week or every 2 weeks, was insane. That was awesome. But they are back. They are doing more tournaments, but it's just not as many as before, Smoltron, which sucks. I agree. Yeah, they kind of brought back GPs, but we used to have a GP every month or every few weeks. Like now it's 5 times a year. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Okay, let's play some games. Enough complaining. All we do is complain. I'm guilty, of course, as are we all. There's a lot to complain about, and you should complain. Complaining is how things get better. Nothing gets better if people don't complain about it, right? Like that's just the reality in almost every aspect of life, But we all know, we all agree. It sounds like most of us are on the same page, so let's just hope that things change. Let's hope that, the company that makes the game listens to the vast majority of players and makes some good decisions about digital cards and alchemy or the state of arena or what have you. We'll see. But they've already been trending in the right direction with the competitive scene. I'd like to see them put more money and time and effort into the competitive side of Magic, and they're slowly doing that, but they really stepped back from that, and now they're kind of slowly coming back into it. It's so weird that they don't know what they want to do. It's like suddenly somebody went, holy shit, have you seen this? And they ran into a boardroom with a giant spreadsheet and went, look, casual players spend more money than competitive players. We gotta target these casuals. And then they just suddenly, just for competitive, took a back seat and they just started pumping out all this casual stuff, right? All the Universes Beyond stuff, all the Commander products and Secret Layers and blah, blah, blah. Now they're finally going, you know what? Actually, competitive does have, it serves a purpose. We should still maintain that and improve it. And, so now you're seeing, them put money back into it. Could have just been doing it the whole time, but here we are. Okay, let's start this video here. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for round number 1 of this event. This is an ugly one, this Basic Plains. The one Basic Plains in our deck always just being really, really awkward. Even just one land, you might think it's not a big deal in your mana base. It absolutely, the number of games where I draw it, or it messes with my opening hand. So am I going to keep this Founding? I'm going to keep this. We've got Bitter Triumph to toss the portal. We've got Founding and Philology to loot. Hello, the Wizard. Great. Looks like a mono red aggro deck. So let's go get a island first here. I never complain. Sure. Remake Chandelar was awesome. Chandelar is super fun. I would love to see that happen again. I mean, they've tried a bunch of times to make Magic games, and all of them have been bad. I played Duels of the Planeswalker for Duels of the Planeswalkers for Xbox. There was one way back for PlayStation 1 that you would summon creatures and they would move back and forth across the battlefield, almost automatic, and you were on one side and your opponent was on the other side, and you were it was very basic, you're summoning giant spiders and casting, giant growths and stuff like that. So let's just kill this guy now, I think. There we go. Founding, Triumph, discard, Slick Shot dies, Portal in the yard. Okay. Need to find a green source. We've got Archaeologist. Cacophony Scamp, sure. Ruckus, time for some Ruckus. Let's see. Yeah. Milling some cards. Let's jam an Archaeologist here. Can we emerge? Oh, pick up a Bitter Triumph. Okay. This guy dies, it deals its power to any target. Sure. Menace. Right. There's our green source. Yeah. Sure. I'll discard a card again. I'm not sure what I'm going to discard here. Maybe an archaeologist? I have a founding. Yeah, let's just put a permanent in the yard, right? And now they're going to shoot me. I could also leave a bitter triumph here, but I want to get this green source into play, so let's not attack. We don't have yeah, we don't have a squirming emergence yet, but we have enough permanents in the yard that we can bring back something huge if we do find one. Lumra. Okay, well, I would like to get Lumra going. Maybe I go founding here. Triumph? Should I kill the Scamp? Kill the Swift Spear here. Okay, no attacks. And let's see if I can find a reanimation spell. Okay, that can die. Jeez, a little unlucky. I'll mill 4 again. Do I hit a Squirming Emergence? Yes, I do. So now Squirming back a portal. Let's just play a land. Pass. I can activate Restless Reef and block. I don't need any more lands here. And they can kill this if they like. Oh, get to block? Bonus. Deal. Okay, so what should I bring back here? Probably Atraxa? I think I milled one, right? It's probably just Atraxa. I don't think they can beat that. Lumra's interesting. Yeah, just scoop. Alright, mono red on the play goes down. Let's go to game number 2. Let's see here. So against aggro, we'll bring in the Eclipse, bring in the Terror Tides. Could see Frill back. Maybe. Take out Jace. Take out a whale. At least one whale. Maybe I take out a bunch of whales. Cruelty of Gix also not amazing here. Could definitely cut those. I think that's how I'm usually sideboarding. So I'm going up to 6 Wraths plus Harvester's kind of a Wrath. And another, 4, 5, 6 spot removal spells. Like, that's a lot of removal. Plus, we can just race them. Even if I don't cast a single removal spell, I can just Squirming Emergence on turn 3, put an Atraxa into play. And that's almost impossible for them to beat. They're going to have to take, like, I don't know if they bring in a Threaten effect. They have to have something like a sideboard card in their hand to win from there, right? I don't know. We'll see. So even though you have a bunch of removal and everything, you could just combo off faster than they can kill you. Okay, I am going to keep this with Double Bitter Triumph. I'm not crazy about this hand, but... Okay, let's ditch this, and we'll get a green, I guess? Okay. Swifty? Oh, they were missing green last game? I see. Slick, pass, Slick Rick. So, Ruiner gets double strike if they control a power of 4 or greater creature, right? Okay, they're just hard casting this? Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's kill Ruiner first. Ditch Atraxa. Take 2. I think I'm gonna do this now. Before they untap with a, hexproof thing, Snakeskin Veil type card. Whale looks at the top 3, finds me something, hopefully. Take another 1 damage. Portal. Not exactly what I wanted to see here. Crap. I guess I'm taking this. Okay, pass to them. So I've got 5 permanents in the yard now. Gonna be 6. And then if I get 1 more in the yard... Oh, yeah. To hit this... Maybe they have hexproof card here. We'll see. Nope. Nice. Nice, I'll take that. And then we take a little damage. They play another scam. Looks like they have 3 spells in hand. They haven't played a land other than the first 2 lands they played here, so all action over there. A little scary. Really hoping I draw a Malicious Affliction. Oh, so close. I took the Cruelty of Gixes out of our deck. That's one way to get an Atraxa with only 6 permanents here, but... if I had a Founding, I could just bring back the Founding here, but I can't even do that. Should I squirm into an Archaeologist here? I think I will. I think I'm going to squirm into Archaeologist. Archaeologist might find me another squirming here. At the very least... oh, there's a Terror Tide. That'll work. Yeah, at the very least, it'll find maybe a removal spell, or at least fill our yard to the point where the next squirming will do the thing. I block. Great. When we Terror Tide, it's going to give -X/-X, which means... oh, is that lethal? I don't think so. Yeah. The -X/-X means they say good game. They don't... oh, this guy is optional sack. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good game. We're not done, though. I don't... anyway. That's another thing, like, some people... like, do you shake hands? Now in a post-COVID world, we don't shake hands post-game. I don't know. I still do if the person offers, but... the whole good game thing, I think you should say a good game at the end of the match. Not, I know in Magic we play 3 games, but I never GG until the end of the match. Like soccer, I play, you know, any sport I grew up with, we don't say GG at halftime. We don't say GG after the first quarter. We say GG at the end of all of it, right? Like one game in this is 1 quarter, or 1/3, I don't know, 1 period. You don't say GG in hockey after the first period, right? I don't know. I don't care. It's not like it bothers me, but I'm always like, oh. Sometimes I don't say GG back because I'm going to sideboarding here. We're not done yet, right? And I feel bad. I'm like, oh shit, that person said GG after game 2. Oh. I gave him the GG there, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird to me. But, you know, I get it. It's a match versus a game. Each individual game, good game. But that's just the semantics. That's just Magic wording. Yeah, we play best of 3, but really 1 game of Magic is best of 3. You know, we say match to mean 3 games, but yeah, we could call it, I don't even know. Yeah, I guess each individual game is a separate game, but for me it's a GG at the end of the match thing. I think I'm gonna keep this. Need to find a second black source here, but that's it. Tennis has... yeah, like, I don't know. Right, okay, tennis is a good example. Yes, that's a perfect example. I didn't think about that. Yeah, so tennis would be an example of a game where these are individual games you're playing, but you don't, like, congratulate... to me, GG is congratulating your opponent on beating you, right? But they haven't beat us. They beat us in 1 set, a Bane. Exactly. Like, it's... so anyway, you can say good game after every game. That is totally fine. You're a really nice person. That's very kind and everything, but... I don't. I think it doesn't... I just don't need to do that. All right, let's pass. I've got Harvester up. I've got Bitter Triumph up. I don't have anything too huge to discard to Bitter Triumph here, but... oh, they're playing tap lands that deal damage. Dear God. Okay. This is a huge liability. I get that you're trying to do damage. If you're a red-green aggressive deck, learn something from my opponent's deck here. Never play these deserts. Don't play tapped lands in your aggro deck with 22 lands in it or whatever. You're not going to be... like, I don't know if they could have plotted more here. They could have pumped this guy, but the fact that their land came in tapped means they're just not able to cast spells. They can't cast all their spells. All your spells are so cheap. You should be double spelling on turn 3 and 4 almost, right? With that deck. So I could go Prankster and then leave up Triumph here, but again, I don't have a ton to discard, so I'm actually just going to do this, dig a little bit. Founding is fantastic. Yes. Founding will certainly get us to Squirming next turn, right? So I could Picklock here and then Founding next turn, or I could just Founding now and then just get an Atraxa next turn. That's going to be so hard for them to beat. Let's go straight to the mill here. I don't know, you know, I have Bitter Triumph, but I'm not going to cast it. Oh, and I could even flashback. Like, so when this ticks up to Chapter 3, if they dump their hand here, I could just flashback Terror Tide and wipe them or something. Yeah, there's another tap land. Sure. Yeah, they're going to do a big chunk of damage here, I'm sure. Maybe I should have left up Bitter Triumph. Whoa! They say good game? Now I'm confused. Oh, they've got a fling or something. Okay, well, I guess I should have left up my Squirming Emergence. Oh, I can't say good game anymore. Oh, or my Bitter Triumph there. Whoops. Pretty unlucky. Oh, that's the match. We'll see you in round 2. Whoops, maybe I should pay a little bit more close attention and play it safe. Could have left up my removal spell there, but didn't think they'd actually be able to kill me. Congratulations to them. All right, see you in round 2. Whoops. That was fucking stupid. I could have easily won that game if I had just left up Terror there or whatever, but I thought, there's no point. They're probably not going to deal 18. They have exactly 18 or whatever. They have just enough to fling and kill me. Dear God. Tennis. Hey, Bash Brother, how you doing? We're recording YouTube here, so I'm paying attention to the chat too closely until I get to the end of the match. GG. Oh, that's what most people do, Go Kelper. Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's bad manners, right? Oh, if you're winning, yeah, that's the problem. FX. This is, forget about Arena. Like in real life, this has been a debate for 20 years, right? I played a lot of competitive Magic in real life, and the problem is people are salty, and the salty people who lose, they will not offer their hand. They will not say good game. They'll just start packing up their stuff. And as soon as I see somebody do that, I feel like you should always say good game at the end of the game. I know people get triggered if the person who's winning or who won the game says good game. Like, this is after the game ends. Do not ever say good game until the game ends. But when my opponent scoops, I say good game. Now, some people get angry and they say, yeah, no, it wasn't. I didn't even draw my blah, blah, blah that game. And it's like, yeah, okay, but that's not what we're saying here. You got mana screwed or mana flooded that game, sure, but good game is just a way of saying it was nice playing with you. That's all. You know what I mean? So I think people who got a little upset about the whole, like, if you're winning, don't say good game first. The problem was, if I did that, sometimes my opponents wouldn't say anything. And then it just leaves a bad feeling in the air. Like, you both walk away from the table without saying anything. That's worse. So I don't give a shit. If I won the game and my opponent starts picking up their cards and they don't say anything, I'll say, well, good game. I say it first. And if somebody gets upset by that because I won that game, they need to just simmer down a little bit. You're getting a little bit too oversensitive, I think, there. But anyway, that's the way I see that. I've had these debates with people back and forth all the time, but I think not saying anything is worse than the winner saying good game. So just do it in a sportsmanlike way. Don't be an asshole if you win and say good game. There are people who do this, but you really should say something. You should say good game at the end of a match. In real life, Arena, who gives a shit? You can walk away. Who cares? It's Arena. But in real life, it's nice to say good game. And if my opponent doesn't say it first, I will. I'll give them a chance. I'll wait. If they're not, they don't look like they're going to say anything, I'll say, well, good game, right before I pack up or whatever. And I will do that even if I won. And I think that's correct, and you should too. I don't think it's worse to just walk away with nobody saying anything. You know what I mean? But anyway, I do know people who say that you shouldn't do it if you won the game, you should wait for your opponent. But I've done that, and my opponents sometimes don't say anything because they're all bitter or whatever. And I still want to say, well, hey, it was nice playing with you or whatever. Like, good game, good luck in the next round. I'll usually say that if I'm in a tournament or whatever. But anyway, but there are people who win and act like assholes when they say it, and then FX is right there, but. Thanks for the game, sure. Thanks for the game. I mean, that's what good game means to me. I think people who are getting their panties in a bunch over it are being a little. They're interpreting it to mean something very specific when it doesn't mean that anymore. GG means just it was nice playing with you. Good games, like win or lose, we had fun or whatever, or maybe we didn't. Whatever, it was fun playing with you, or that's it. Nah, see, I disagree, FX. I don't think so. I think the loser shouldn't decide if they had fun or not. No. We're playing a game, so even if you lose, you should still say good game. Even if you didn't have fun, you should still say good game, because it's a nice way of ending an interaction with another person. You're saying it was nice playing with you. That's what I take it to mean. But I know everybody has a different definition of good game. Maybe some people it means like the game had to be a really intricate back and forth battle, like a good game of Magic to say good game. I don't think that's true at all, but. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you say it because it's just it doesn't mean the game was good. It means it was nice playing with you. That's what good game means. That's what I'm trying to make you guys understand here. I think that the good game doesn't mean the games were very amazing games of Magic. That's not what that means. It just means nice playing with you. Good games, good luck in the next round, whatever. Like, yeah, you got mana screwed 2 times, that sucks, but GG's anyway. Like, that's Magic. You know, like you've played this game. You know this game is mostly variance, right? Or a lot of variance. So if people are upset over it and they're upset to the point where they get angry that you say good game, they need help. They need to get therapy or whatever. They need to back. You're taking this way too seriously. You're getting emotionally attached to the results of a game of Magic. Don't worry about it. You know, I get mana screwed all the time. The more it happens, the less it'll bother you. I promise. It still triggers you. You know, you can still get angry and go, oh my god, I can't believe it. We're getting flooded. Well, but then back down and go, yeah, that's Magic. You know, that's how it goes. That's, you know, but yeah, generational maybe. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, I usually wish him good luck or whatever, but yeah. That's what I'm saying, Gadian. Yes. That's what it means. It doesn't mean, like, the game doesn't have to be an amazing game of Magic. Let's be honest. Most games of Magic are decided by Mana Screw, Mana Flood, you know, top decks, things that a lot of people don't have a lot of control over. So most games are not good games, but we're not going to not say good game most of the time in Magic because the games weren't amazing. Like, that doesn't make sense, right? Anyway. Yeah, Izukagi, right. Okay, let's jump into the next round. Man, I can't believe I punted away that first round. This is why it's frustrating doing these events on stream. I should just record this for YouTube off stream, but I'm streaming Magic like 6 hours a day. I want to use that time and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but it's... punting away the first match there felt really dumb. I should have just left up Bitter Triumph. That was stupid. Anyway. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for round number 2. I already punted away the tournament. It kind of makes me just want to drop and start another one, but hey, we'll go 4-1 and get our money back, I guess. I'll try and not make dumb mistakes. I should have just left up the Doomblade last match, but the Bitter Triumph, you know what I mean. Boros, at least we won the die roll. Let's see if we can find a sweeper before they kill us here. Founding's great. We're going to prank. Mill. Find another prankster. Putting 3 permanents in the yard. Well on our way to a turn 3 Atraxa here. I need a green source off the top to make that happen, but if I mill 4 permanents off this, there's already Atraxa in the yard. I already have Squirming Emergence. Turn 3 Atraxa is impossible for them to beat, so. And there it is. Can I get 4 permanents one time? 4. Just 4. 1, 2. No! 2 whiffs. God damn it. That's annoying. I have a Squirming in the yard. I think I'm just going to end step Picklock Prankster here. And then I can just flashback Squirming, bring in Atraxa. Let's pass. They're still not going to be able to probably beat a turn 4 Atraxa here. We'll see. They didn't have the... they're going to have 2 soldiers end step here, but they didn't have the Gleeful Demolition at least on their turn. So they kind of wasted their... yeah, they're going to do this instead. They would have had a much more explosive turn if they had the other thing, but... yeah, and I know they can Convoke with all this if I let them untap with it, but I think it's just better to resolve... get an Atraxa in here. They have the case, the white case enchantment that can deal damage equal to the number of creatures they have in play, but that obviously requires a lot more creatures in play for it to kill Atraxa here. So we'll see. Go Calper, what's up? Sorry, let me catch up with you guys. You love it when I judge your gameplay? Bad play, should have played another card. Yeah. Anim Bakal. Oh, look at this. Do I have to kill this? This is gonna make a... Oh, it just went... Oh, I'm auto-passing. Whoops. Okay, whatever. Let them have their dork. Oh, it's just one dude? Okay, never mind then. Anim Bakal's not a card we see very often in that deck. Oh, hi, Mark. Whew. Never mind. Woo, wee. I can Squirm, baby. I'm gonna Squirm, and we're not getting Atraxa anymore. Oh, I've got a Portal in the yard. I think I'm just gonna go 1 with the Multiverse. I've also got a Portal in my hand. Oh, off the top? Thank you, appreciate that. Portal. Okay, maybe Portal not the best thing here, but I'll eat half their board, and then I'll bring back Atraxa on my upkeep. I'm at 15 life. I don't think they're gonna be able to beat me here, right? With the 1 with the Multiverse, I can bring Atraxa out of the yard off Portal, I can cast Squirming Emergence, bring back another portal. Yeah, this is over. Alright. Yeah, those are giant emotes. Yeah, I just got an email saying Twitch subs are going up, which is crazy, where I live in Canada, on mobile. They said mobile Twitch subs are going up to... I don't want your graveyard, honey. Twitch subs are going up to like $10 a sub. It's like doubling in Canada, which is crazy. I'll take a Terror Tide and win the game. Alright. Faster than you, Boros. Faster than you. Terror Tides come in. Cruelty's out. Jace is out. Whale is out. Whale's pretty bad. Could keep the rest. I think it's good. Just bringing in all the removal. Let's run it like this. Yeah, it's going up again in October. I just got an email. It's saying it's going up to $10.49 or something Canadian. So that's like, I don't know, $9 American or something for a sub. That's like almost double, right? So it's a region thing. They changed this a couple of years ago. They said every region's going to have different prices for subs now. And then they just sent an email saying it's going to change again. And yeah, it looks like it's going up. Well, maybe it's just my region. I don't know, but... Yeah, ask other content creators about it. It just came in this morning. They said it's not going to be... customers won't be notified till October. So you'll get an email, I'm sure, if you use Twitch, but yeah. Let's get him. Yeah. Yeah, it's because it's only on mobile. They said iOS and Android users are going to see sub prices go way up. Bullshit, but what are you going to do? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I mean, we've got the Malicious Eclipse here. Founding will eventually do something. Okay. I don't think I want a Founding on turn 2. It's tempting, but... Yep. That's annoying. That guy gets out of Malicious Eclipse range, but... Sure. That's why I need a Terror Tide here. Oh boy, on the play, Boros deck is much better. Wait, what? Oh, it's a blue-white deck? I thought it was... Wait, oh, it's Jeskai. I didn't even see a blue card last game. Yeah, I didn't even realize they're playing Jeskai. I guess this is the new hotness for a lot of these decks, is they play Jeskai now? Weird. I guess Spyglass. People are, saying Spyglass is replacing Voldaire and Epicure, but it's a pretty big cost to put another color in your deck just for that. I don't know. It seems crazy to me, but that doesn't kill your stuff. Yeah, Malicious Affliction just not cutting it here. When you need Path of Peril. Here's my awesome mug spilling on me again. This thing is annoying as hell. Maybe these things are made for like Mick Jagger. Maybe Mick Jagger was the model they used for how wide should we make this mouth hole? Oh, people always drink like this. No. It's too wide. Like if I open the top part, even like look at this. This top part slides up, right? If I don't want to tilt it too much. If I have it even like this, it all pours out the sides and goes like around the corner of my mouth. Like my mouth's not big enough, I guess. I don't know. Wow. Some pretty rough draws this game. We lose. Okay. Hoping to mill a Terror Tide there, but no such luck. I think I'm dead this turn, right? I'm not going to get another turn. I thought they played red. Yeah, they played Lethal Demolition. Yeah. So they're Jeskai, right? Yeah, they played Lethal in the last game, too. Yeah. So if you're on mobile, they won't let you watch ad-free if you're already sub. I don't know how that works. I think your sub would still be good, but the next time it renews, it's probably going to jump in price if you're sub via mobile. I'm guessing. I don't know. Negates and some other counters, yeah, seems terrible. I mean, the blue-white deck that used to play negates and the whatever the other one that makes a 1/1, they are fine. Like they're a blue-white tempo deck, so they're playing counter magic. But to splash blue in your white-red deck, That is batshit. That seems insane to me. I can't imagine Jeskai is going to be good enough. It's almost certainly just going to be blue-white or blue-red. The best choice there. Not both. Not in one deck. Sure, we'll run it back. See if we can do what we did in game 1 again. Or just draw a sweeper before they pump all their guys. Or, you know, convoke out the guy. But when they're on the play, it's much harder to sweep them and get everything, right? Now we're on the play in game 3. Not an amazing hand, but got to keep this, I think. Not going to go... Well, we'll see. If they play a 2-drop, then I'll... Well, yeah, we'll see what we do. Maybe I Founding the Bitter Triumph here. If I draw something huge, then I really want a Founding Bitter Triumph, but... right now I don't have anything to discard other than a land, which I guess is okay, but... Well, there's the big thing, but they didn't play a 1-drop, so let's see if we can kill their 2-drop here. They're stuck on 1 mana. Well, that's not good. I'm going to start on 1, and I'm not going to cast anything here, and just pass. And see what they do. Oh, okay. Well, not a great round 2. Sorry, everybody watching. We'll try and get a good round 3. I'll see you there. That's annoying. Steven Tyler? Oh, Aerosmith guy, Steven Tyler. Yeah. Somebody like that. That's who they obviously consulted when they designed this mug. I don't know. I see, you know, okay. I've pooped all over the world, okay? I've pooped in Europe, I've pooped in Asia, I've pooped in Australia, North America, I've pooped in the Caribbean and all blah blah blah. But toilets are different in a lot of different countries. Sometimes toilets are so low to the ground that I feel like I'm like, or the water is so high compared to the edge of the toilet that I feel like my junk's getting dipped and I'm like, what the fuck? Or other toilets, like in the States and stuff, sometimes they're big because I guess the States has a lot of very obese people and overweight people and whatever. You notice it when you go through any airports or whatever. It's crazy. Like Canada's pretty bad too, but we're better than the US. The US is like, anytime I'm in a public place, I just can't believe how many extremely overweight people I'm seeing. It's just like, it's wild. But the toilets, things start getting, like, some of the toilets I've seen are so big and high, and I'm just like, what is this? The lower the better, right? Your knees should be kind of raised up. That's why really, you know, you go to Asia and there's squatters, which are flat on the ground, and you just have to squat over top of them. There is no raised seat of any kind. Those are tricky. Those you have to get used to. But I think it's supposed to be better for you to do that when you're defecating than to sit on a chair. If you sit, now they make these little footstools that you slide. You put it in front of your toilet, like on the ground, and you put your feet on it to raise your knees up above your hips, and that opens, like, it opens your kind of large intestine or whatever. There's like a tendon or something holding your large intestine. When your knees go above your hips, it kind of opens it up. It's a shitty story. Anyway, look it up. The point is, toilets are different everywhere, and it annoys the hell out of me. Like, everywhere you go, drinking, you know, things are designed for people with different sized heads. I put on a hat, I'm just like, what is... And, you know, my friend's like, this fits me perfectly. I'm like, well, look at you got a giant melon. I can't even... This thing's like... I got it cinched up all the way, like I'm a 10-year-old kid with, like, you know, like, what? It's ridiculous. Anyway. Sorry, Powerhouse. Defecation, yeah. Hey, it's important, all right? It's an important bodily function. It determines a lot of your health. Really. It's why we take stool samples and stuff in, you know, when they're trying to determine what kind of disease is affecting you. But I know, not the nicest conversation. Sorry about that. I pooped all over the world, and man, there's some toilets that are wild. Some places it's just a hole in the ground. Like if you're on a beach in, you know, some island in Thailand or something. I've slept in huts on the beach and had to poop in holes on the ground, or you had to carry. Have you ever had a poop shovel? This is different than a poop knife. A poop knife has its own uses. I've never had to use one. I learned about poop knives on Reddit. They're a thing, but shovels. You know, when you poop somewhere and you're on an island, there's no. You should have a shovel with you to bury your poop. So when we're camping, like in Korea, we went out a couple times and we were camping in like the wilderness on some island, and we all had a poop shovel. So all right, gotta go. You take your shovel. Everybody's like, all right, and you have to bury your own poops to not attract wildlife or whatever else. Like you're supposed to do this kind of stuff when you're in the bush. Oh, welcome back, everybody. Here we are for the next round. This is a sketchy hand. Bounding is very slow. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. This is better. Stitch Whale, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So I've got Prankster on 2. If I draw any big thing, I can Triumph it to the yard. And then hopefully Prankster finds us another Prankster. Oh, there's the big thing to toss. Another Prankster or a Whale of the Forgotten. Something that keeps digging us deeper. We'll see. But everyone should have a bidet. Yeah, I've heard bidets are awesome. Come for the magic, stay for the toilet review. Are there any there must be toilet review channels on YouTube, right? Like, is there somebody who goes around and like reviews toilets? Most people don't think about it, right? But everybody knows what I'm talking about. That experience of sitting on a toilet that's too high off the ground or too low, or the water level's weird, or the seat's too wide, or I don't know. I feel like, we've all been there. We all know. Why isn't there a toilet review channel that reviews the finest toilets? I promise all of them are going to be in Japan. If you've ever been to Japan, like Jub is saying, you should try a bidet. In Japan, a lot of the toilet seats, and in South Korea as well, they have kind of an attachment that sits on top of the toilet seat, and it's got like a control panel next to it, and you can choose what settings you want for the bidet action that's going to happen after. And really, you can choose like fine mist and like jet, and some of them are like, it's like a fire hose. You know, you can crank it up, and it's wild. We've had fun experimenting with them before, but they're incredible. They're on another level. Japan has the best toilets I've ever seen in the world. They would crush any world championship of toilets tournament that happened. They would just crush it. It would be Japan winning every gold medal for toilets. Could bounce that thing. I'm going to pass here. I want a Bitter Triumph and Atraxa to the yard. If I can find a Cruelty, maybe I should Whale there. I should have probably Whaled. I need to find a 4th land. That was dumb. I Whale for a 4th land, then I Bitter Triumph. Yeah, sure. I just want to get Atraxa in the yard. I don't care about if they resolve Mosswood after this. It doesn't matter. All right, let's see if we can find a land here. Squatting's healthier, yeah. The Asians, yeah. Izukagi, yep. It's absolutely better for you, yeah. Hearing Hall Tossero, knowing they're alive and safe because they pooped. Oh, really? Wow, I've never heard about that. But yeah, you can trace all kinds of stuff in your feces. I mean, that's why doctors, yeah, will look at stuff like that. Sure, don't care about the Mosswood. Let's Whale. Okay, I'm probably taking the land here. Man. Brutal Mills. Need to mill not a spell, but there's a Terror Tide going to the yard. Pretty annoying. Okay, we're going to mill 4 here. I've got an Atraxa in the yard, so the chances are very high that I slam Atraxa here. They're going to kill the first one, but it doesn't matter. Once I draw a handful of cards, I should be able to keep going off. I've also got another Squirming in hand, so I'm just going to be bringing Atraxa back over and over. It will, Torf. This is all on record. Squirming Emergence. There we go. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this while we play this deck. Squirming Emergence, Damien's Toilet Review Channel. That I like it, but people are gonna get only Magic players will get that reference. But Dutch toilets are weird. Oh, what's up with Dutch toilets? Are they different? I know that like Japan, they all use the bidet thing, and I know in Europe, you go to Europe and they have a bidet, but it's not attached to the toilet. It's like next to the toilet, like a little weird bathtub. I was like, oh, that's a bathtub for washing your dog. Hey guys, look at this. They've got a dog wash bathtub in the bathroom. And people come in, they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look at that. It's for washing a puppy, right? Right? And they're all looking at me like, are Canadians all this stupid, or is it just him? It's a bidet. I'm like, for dogs? No, but the bidet is a separate thing. It looks like a little bathtub. I had no idea what it was the first time I saw it. I'm just like, I literally thought it was like, do you wash your feet? Do Europeans wash their feet when they come home? We take our shoes off in Canada. My American friends don't even do that. Every culture is different. So are we washing our feet? What's happening? Am I gonna bring back Atraxa here? I guess I should, right? There's no real choice here. It's Atraxa. It's always Atraxa. Ooh. Cruelty's interesting as well here. Damn, 4 good enchantments to choose from. I don't need the one with the multiverse. I think I'm gonna go Cruelty, Bitter Triumph, Whale, and the Untapped Forest so that I can make a land drop and not... I don't have to keep paying life for my... Oh, I made a land drop already. Don't have to keep paying life for my other thing. They're gonna try and Vraska us out, so let's just reset your shit. Great. Great. You can spend a bunch more mana on that if you want. How much did you spend? 4, 5, 6, 7? Shit. And I undid it for 2. Oh no, you were so close to Vraska too. They could have actually killed me last turn with Vraska. Do I take a land? I could just take Lum Lum here. Could jam Lum Lum next turn. Okay. What's up with the Dutch toilet? The flush hole's at the front of the bowl? Huh? Oh, wow. Weird. A reverse flush. Your dog loves to drink from the bidet? Yeah, there you go. I bet he does. My dog's never drank from the toilet or anything like that, but he's pretty good. He doesn't interact with anything that he knows is not his. Like, I could put a steak on the table, on the coffee table within reach of him, and he won't touch it. He'll look at it, and I'll just go, Neo, no. Like, he knows it's not his treat. It's not his food. It probably smells really good, but he just knows it's not for him, and he won't touch it. I'm lucky. He's just naturally... He knew that. I never trained him to do that. He's just always been like that. It's awesome. But I know other dogs, yeah, drink from the toilet, eat whatever, chew on all kinds of stuff. There's a Liliana, sure. Sure. So I think I could flashback Terror Tide and wipe here. Yeah, they basically got a gas. Maybe I should just Terror Tide so we don't randomly lose to some goofy removal spell or something. Yeah, let's just cast that. The only times I lose with this deck are when I'm being really sloppy, like against that in round 1 against that stupid Boros deck. I should have just won the game. I didn't. Let's play a Picklock to start pressuring Liliana. I could leave up Bitter Triumph, but I don't have to. Next turn we can go Lumra, Ramp, or I don't even know. Cruelty of Gix take their Vraska that I know is sitting in their hand doing nothing because it's bad. Vraska's never been a good planeswalker in Standard. Now, suddenly it does something, but it's still pretty bad when you don't have this thing charged up all the way, right? What you gonna do? Discarding may not be the best option here for you. We'll see. Majority of disease, yeah, gut health, right, GoCalper, yeah. I'm glad you guys know a lot of this stuff. For me, this is like common knowledge, but I talk to people who don't know this kind of stuff still. I don't know what, yeah, they don't, like when I went to Korea, when I was living in South Korea and a lot of Asian countries, poop is like really it's something that's talked about all the like it's shown all the time. Like there are kids books with a giant pile of poop, like a swirl of poop and 2 googly eyes, and this is the main character in the book. He's a poop guy and he shows kids. There's museums that like you crawl through the rectal, like you go in through the anus and you crawl through a tunnel and it's like the intestine, and it's not weird at all there because over there like poop is considered like the consistency of your poop and everything else, and like even the smell can determine whether you're sick or not. And it stems from like, you know, agricultural era of the country when, you know, people were in a village and they shared the showers, they shared the bathrooms and all that stuff. And when there's an illness in the village, everybody needs to know because it could affect the entire village and seriously hurt or kill a lot of people. So people are very like, they're not shy about talking about their medical history. Like in North America, we are very private. It's very private, your medical personal issues and stuff. And I like that. But I grew up like that. You go to other countries. I remember the first school I was teaching at in South Korea, the principal just went, oh, so-and-so. Somebody asked why a teacher wasn't there, this other American girl that was teaching there. And the director of the school just went, oh yeah, she's got this and this disease, so she did it. And everybody's like, oh, wow, I didn't even, okay. And then somebody said, are you sure you should like be saying that to everybody? And he's just like, what do you mean? Why not? Like, people should know. And it's like, no, but you know, where we're from, like medical history is really private and whatever. And it was my first kind of wake up call. Like, wow, this is not at all what I'm used to. Yeah, people have a very different view of that kind of stuff. You see poop all over. Like, there's like restaurants or like a donut shop where all the donuts look like a pile of dog poop, and that's their shtick. Like, it's everywhere over there. Kids books and different things. Like It's not something like here. It's like, ooh, oh, you don't talk about that. You don't blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, but it's important. Like, it's not, yeah, it's gross and it smells bad. Can we grow up? It's important for your health to monitor. Your doctor will ask you for samples of your stool because it's important. Like, we know it's important, but people are still like, ooh, Puritans, you know, like, don't want to talk about anything gross. It's like, what? It's like sex education. We have to talk about that in school and get kids to understand that. We have all the data. Where sex education exists, there's less teen pregnancies. There's less all kinds of issues, STDs and everything else. But Korea's still way behind with that stuff. I know the States, there's certain states that are way behind with that as well. But in Canada, like, I learned about, you know, all that stuff in school, and it's, can't believe there are people calling for that stuff to not be taught. It's batshit, really. But Korea is really conservative when it comes to sexual stuff, which is ironic. If you've ever seen a K-pop video, it's kind of right in your face. But especially breasts, it's so funny. Like, in North America and Europe, legs and buttocks are very like, whoa, that's like super short skirt would be like, whoa, that's super risque. But big, you know, cleavage and stuff like that is not a big deal. In Asia, it's the opposite. I guess because a lot of women have smaller breasts over there typically. Any cleavage or a lot of necklines are very high. If anybody's wearing a very low neckline, that is scandalous. But you can have the shortest hot pants or skirt and nobody bats an eye. And I'm like, wow, that is, like, the girl's doing this on the ad and I can almost see her butthole. I'm like, what am I looking at here? And people are like, oh, that's not bad at all. Because she's got this shirt that like buttons up here. And I'm like, wow, okay. Just different strokes. No pun intended. They have no cards in their hand. What am I going to do here? Should I just bring back Portal? Bring back all kinds of stuff here. Yeah, let's just put... I'll put Portal into play. It's just the best thing. Then I can just kill Lily. Absolutely demolishing the black-green mid-range deck, as is tradition. I just have to keep that thing off the battlefield so they don't get lucky off the top and one-shot us here. So I think I'm going to go Cruelty here. Or actually, you know what? I'm just going to play Atraxa. I have so much mana. Let's just do this. Yeah, scoop it up. Appreciate you. Okay. Frillback can come in to blow up those enchantments. Jace is actually interesting here. It's an easy way to mill them out. I like Tishana's to stop some of this, like the Mosswoods and the Planeswalkers. Liliana's going to come out against me, I imagine, if they have any sense. I don't think I need Harvester. Tidebinder's interesting. I don't know. Maybe I don't need that, I think. They're going to side in some graveyard hate. I'll cut like one portal, maybe. Let's do it like that. All right. Crawl through the rectal cavity. Play mono red. Okay, take it easy. So they couldn't... Oh, they had to level it the turn before? Oh, that's right, Nightling. Okay, I couldn't remember if they had leveled it that turn or the turn before. I didn't pay attention. So I knew it was all the way up there, but... they didn't even have the Vraska, it looked like, anyway, so it didn't matter. But this is a good hand. Can keep this. YouTube's like, what the fuck? Yeah. I mean, these are all interesting things. You go to you assume that you know things are the way they are and everybody thinks like me, and then you go somewhere else and you're like, I'm an idiot. I assumed a lot of things. I took a lot of things for granted, and it's the world is a big place and I'm just in one corner of it. But a lot of people have a very, like, you know, self-centered view of the world. I think, especially like coming from a country like the States, right? I mean, it makes sense. They were the only industrial country left standing after World War II. So, and, you know, became a world superpower, et cetera, et cetera. And so I think a lot of people have this idea that, like, yeah, the way we do things in North America or maybe in Europe or whatever is right or wrong. Asia has the same thing, or, you know, other places, Africa, South America. But then you get out of, you travel around and you realize, oh, we all do these things differently or have different ideas about this stuff. And some of these ideas are better than the ones we have back home. Like, that makes a lot more sense to me than the way we do it back home. Other things, I'm like, holy shit, that is crazy. You should not do it that way. Do it like this other country does. It's so much better, you know? Like, but nobody, because you have to get out to see that. Most people never leave their, you know, hometown or whatever. Do I keep this on top? I only have one green source here. I think I'm going to mill this. Most people just never get out enough. That really is the cure for bigotry or any kind of, you know, yeah. racism and everything. All the stereotype. Like anytime people stereotype or act bigoted to each other, it's just because they've never interacted with people who they are being bigoted against. Like put a bunch of people together from different religions, different races, and different sexual orientations and everything else, and they will all see that they are similar. They are all like each other, no matter how different they might seem initially. They all want the same things, Peace, stability. I want to enjoy the things I enjoy. I don't want to hurt other people. I don't hate other people. They just don't understand other people, They just have no exposure to people not like them, and that's what breeds ignorance and racism and hatred and all that other stuff. What should I jam here? This is close. I have a third land drop. I think I'm just going to jam the Picklock here. There's an emergence. Not enough permanence here. I think I'm going to take emergence, though. We're going to mill 4 off this founding, and that might be enough to slam an Atraxa. If we mill, 4 permanents and one of them's Atraxa, we've got a turn 3 Atraxa here, so that's pretty good. I could have killed this guy or bounced him or whatever with Whale. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. Let them have 1 card. I might just draw 7. And mill. 3 permanents. Not quite enough. Okay. I can play this. Okay. So now I can bring back the Cruelty. Cruelty brings back something huge. I still don't have a huge thing to bring back is the problem. Whale fully powered up is amazing, though. I can go Foundry into Whale, find my land, play a Picklock Prankster as well that turn. This Founding actually is going to flash back the Whale in my yard. That's even better. Yeah, I'm just going to flash that back, I think. Bounce the Bronco, make them discard a card, yada yada. Yep, they play this. Too slow, homie. You get to draw a card. I lose life. Oh. I lose 0. Okay, we find a land. Let's go Whale here. Do all the things. Bounce. I found a land, but it comes in tapped. I would like to find an untapped land here. Whale fully powered up is such a huge tempo swing. It's and card advantage, and just like for 2 mana, all the value I'm getting off this, like if I play 2 here, it's almost too much. Like if I bounce their Dread Knight as well here. Shit, no land. Okay, so I can't play another spell this turn. That's unfortunate. Putting Portal in the yard might bring that back next turn. We'll see. Go nuts. Feels pretty good. Maybe I save the Whale in case they have another one of those enchantments. I need to save it for that. I also have a Frillback in the yard I could just bring back, but I don't have another green. Yeah, I need to find another green mana here before I can bring Frillback back and, kick it and blow something up. Needed a good laugh, didn't they, about poop? Yeah, I like talking about this stuff once in a while. We have silly conversations. I think it's totally fine. We don't talk about, bathroom humor all day, every stream or anything. It's fine. Who has people who bag and keep his poop? Are you seriously in a hammock? No way. I've never heard that before, but part of me is not surprised. I mean, because he was so, there were rumors that he was very sick, right? And had some kind of cancer or something else. I mean, he's still around, so maybe not, but there she is. Vraska. Give me treasure. I'm in. Wow. Deal. That guy wasn't doing anything. Okay. I mean, good God, dude. Are we done here? I can ruin them. I can completely ruin them. Let's go Founding into Whale. I shouldn't have played my land. That was dumb. But it's Whale. Mill 3. Still no Atraxas, but I have a Cruelty. I could bring back Cruelty and start with a Thoughtseize on them. I'll take another Squirming here. Could bring back a Portal as well. Portal's pretty insane. I think I'm going to go Cruelty for now, though. I want to take a look at my opponent's hand and see what's up. Maybe take that Vraska. Oh, did they discard it? Oh, they have another one. Yoink. Okay. Good luck. They can fire up the Restless Cottage and eat one of my things. I have a Portal. It's the only big thing in my yard, so they're very incentivized to fire up that cottage. They go for Mosswood instead. Okay. You got it. Okay. I do have a lot of lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could just jam Lumra if I find an untapped land here, but we're going to mill ourselves with Founding. I'm probably going to Squirming back something huge. Actually, I can just bring a Portal into play here. There's an Atraxa. So let's tutor first. I guess I'm going to get a Frill back just in case. Don't really need it, but... Portal? Cakewalk? I don't have a huge thing to bring back in my yard, so I guess I'm going to get back one of these creeps. I'm bringing back 2 things here. I'm bringing back something with Cruelty and then flashing something back so I can Squirming. Could stop on my upkeep and... No, I can't do anything. Okay. Haven't found a Bitter Triumph to discard anything yet. But if I get Lumra into play, like if I find an untapped green source here, I can bring back all my lands, then I can just hardcast whatever I want, right? 24 cards in my deck still. I gave them a target. They got me. Broncos. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna kick it. Are these guys in the graveyard right now? No, they're on an adventure, right? Gain 4? Oh, could have put Lumra into play. Could Whale. Squirming. I could Squirming back a Foundry. Or Founding, I mean. Can't do anything with Chapter 1, though. Just do this. Guess I'll get one of these. Man, I can't believe I didn't mill an Atraxa there. That sucks. I could have done that in the reverse order, I suppose, but... Okay, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back from that. That's green-black mid-range. That's how those games end, in typical fashion. They just don't have the power level that we have in our deck. We're just getting to 7 drops way too quickly for them. So, we get them. Let's see you in the next round. I think it's round number 4. See you there. I don't even know what round we're on. I'm not really... I'm, like, talking about all these other things, but... That's fascinating. Yeah, Dark Wolf, what's up? What are some places you recommend to visit someone who hasn't left the USA before? Oh, God, I mean... Well, I can't really answer that because there's so many places that are great, but it depends on what you... like. It depends on what you're into. Do you like, you know, tropical, beautiful weather, beaches, stuff like that? Do you like architecture, like old, you know, markets and historical things? Do you like, you know, there's so many, it's hard to recommend. First, you'd have to try and figure out what kind of things you enjoy. Do you like a specific type of food or something? Like even, like I love that about going, I recommend if you are going to travel somewhere, go somewhere very different than where you're from. Go somewhere... you know, going to Canada if you're American is not really an exotic vacation. Or same with like Australia and stuff. Like they're very similar. Europe's a bit different, but you know, try going to like South America or Asia or something like that. I mean, that would be very interesting. That would be much more like getting outside your comfort zone. I find that's when you learn the most. Again, it's the same idea of, you know, the more you get outside your comfort zone, the more you kind of learn about yourself and everything else around you and how you kind of prefer to interact and be, and I don't know, you just learn a lot about yourself. I find it's interesting. It's hard to kind of explain, you know, how you act in a place that's so alien from all the things you're used to, you know. Gamescom, future games shown in 15 minutes. Nice. Bleed, cry, laugh. Yeah, there you go. Go Galper. Girl from Peru, cool. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if you're so used to it, Kasowski, yeah, totally. English is like that. When I used to teach English, kids were like, I don't get it, teacher, why is this, why is that? And I'm like, that's just how English is. And then the more you try and understand it, you're like, this is so stupid. Why is English like this? I know. Beat them with their own Vraska? Oh, I missed my opportunity to jump. Shit. Yeah, I can only bring with Cruelty, I can only bring back Creature, yeah. Spain, Turkey, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. It depends what you're into, but Poland, sure. Beautiful women. What if the person you're talking to is a woman, Kozowski? And not a lesbian woman, I guess I would have to qualify, but beautiful women. Sounds like an ad from the 1950s. Safest country in Europe? Really? Poland is? Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Germany. Yeah, I've been to a bunch of countries in Europe. Europe's pretty cool too. It is different enough from the States that you will love it. And I mean, just seeing the way, like, just the way people act with each other on the street is really interesting in every country, right? And some things are similar across countries because of the city. Like any big city, like I've lived in a city of 20 million people, I imagine it's similar in a lot of ways to another city of 20 million that I've never been to. Like New York and Seoul or Tokyo or something like that. Tokyo is different because Japanese culture is so different. It doesn't matter if you're surrounded by strangers, you still like treat people with respect and stuff. But in like Beijing or in Seoul, I imagine it's like New York. People are actually colder to each other because you're just surrounded by so many people all the time. You can't care about everybody. There's too many people to care about almost. You know, it's weird. It's this weird dynamic. And I think it happens no matter what culture it is, just in big cities. Tokyo is probably the only giant, like huge 20 million plus city that I've been to that is not like that. Taipei, I think Taipei doesn't have like 20 million, but Taipei is similar. Taiwanese culture is very similar to Japanese culture, even though a lot of people think they're similar to China. They're not. They're very different culture-wise. They even just the way they act around people on the street, the way strangers interact with each other, like it's a very different social hierarchy, you know? Okay, welcome back, everybody. Here we are for round number 4. We have one more after this, I believe. This is not a great hand. Terror Tide, and I'm on the draw. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. Okay, I'm gonna put a land on the bottom. Putting a fast land on the bottom here, because if I draw another fast land, then it's just a come into play tapped land, and that's bad. I just need 3 lands, so it's okay. Oh, turn 1 duress. If this is mono black, they're in deep trouble. I don't think mono black could ever beat. Like the mono black discard deck is doing exactly what we're already trying to do. Put permanents in my yard. They don't know what to take. Yeah, that's 1 permanent. Okay. Tiny bones. Alright. Prague is awesome, yeah. The Czech Republic was really cool. Prague was awesome. I legit loved Prague. My wife did too. We both thought it was really beautiful, really nice city. They've got the old part of Prague, which is like medieval style, like old, like the old bridge going over to that old town. And then there's like newer parts, but even like the more modern like apartments and stuff, they're all painted like yellow and pink and blue and red. Like they're really brightly colored buildings and stuff. Just really, really nice. There's some cities in Greece like that. Greece has a couple places that are like really colorful and really nice. I love that, but yeah. You know what? There's so many places to go, like Wolf or Dark Wolf was asking about. I think it's almost better to say where shouldn't you go? Where are some places, like obviously anywhere that's war torn I wouldn't go to. I haven't traveled to a country. Oh, I guess I can't even say that. I don't know if Malaysia is kind of, and Indonesia is kind of a religious country, but I'm never going to a country that is run by religion, where religion dictates what the laws are and what all. So any, like, you know, Muslim country or any. That's it, really. Like there's most countries where, you know, I'm trying to think about the religions. Like Buddhism has no effect. The laws are not made with Buddhism, you know, taking into consideration Buddhism or Christianity. Most countries are not. Their laws aren't based on Christianity, or at least they're not supposed to be. But so it's mostly just Muslim countries. Like I've never gone to like Saudi Arabia or Iran or the UAE or any places like that, Yemen. I would like to go to Iran. I used to be buddies with a photographer from Iran who I met and hung out with in Korea, and he was like, dude, you should come to Iran. It's beautiful, it's great, but you know, the people, like the culture, the government, the people on the street are great probably, but the laws and everything, like what I wouldn't want to go there with my wife, you know. Opponent's still stuck on 1 land here. So yeah, it's there's some places like Egypt is supposed to be really bad. Egypt is straight up like not. It's not about religion, but everybody's so corrupt there that like you're gonna get robbed. The police are gonna rob you basically. Like they'll just be like, you have to pay this. They'll make up bullshit fines, and countries like that like you should stay away from. There's some places in South America that are probably a little too risque, but there's a lot of other places that are pretty awesome. Yeah, everywhere else is gonna be great. So just stay away from the like problem areas where there's either war and conflict or really authoritarian governments. Like you probably don't want to be taking a trip to North Korea anytime soon. But are they going to cast Founding? Are you joking right now? Instant or sorcery? You're going to guys go for the throat on your pickpocket? Why would they cast this out of my yard? That's crazy to me. Anyway. Berlin was nice. I've been to Berlin. I know you're joking, Torf, but terrorist attack? Sure, yeah, terrorist attacks I'm not worried about. Those are not something anybody should ever be worried about. Unless you're going to, like, Israel or something right now, and they're in a war with literal terrorists. But if you go anywhere else, like terrorist attacks are so few and far between. You don't ever. That's not something. But crime is definitely something that people worry about. For me, it's like pickpockets and stuff like that. Like I'm not worried about getting murdered for God's sakes or getting abducted. I've been in countries where there's piracy, like legit pirates. We were doing a scuba dive trip one time in Borneo, off the coast of Borneo in Southeast Asia, and there you're on a boat. You're driving about an hour, 45 minutes out to the dive spot, and you're going past these tiny little islands. They're all uninhabited. Some of them have native people living on them who are like they've never left the island. They don't have passports or birth certificates or anything, so they just live there. They're like the Bajau. They're called Bajau people. But then every once in a while you'll see a bunch of sandbags and a guy with a giant machine gun on a tiny little spit of sand in the middle of the water. He's just sitting there. And we're driving by and I'm like, what is that? I'm like, they actually man these outposts like in the middle of the nowhere? Like, what is up with that? And the boat driver goes, oh yeah, that's for pirates. Like rich European tourists will get abducted off their boats sometimes and ransomed and whatever. And I'm like, wow, really? Holy shit. I'm like, there's legit pirates. I did not even think that was a thing anymore, but holy crap, pirates. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, sure. I was hoping to hit a little bit better than that. Let's pass. We're going to be crueltying next turn, so I want to mill with Prankster here and fill my yard. Hopefully hit something huge on their end step. They get to cast an instant or sorcery from their graveyard for free. It doesn't matter what they cast here. It's going to be Duress, I guess. But yeah, pirates. And I was just like, holy shit. So that kind of safety, but they're like, oh, don't worry about it. We're close to the land. And that's why you see it just takes one dude on a mounted machine gun in a little island. The pirates don't come around here. They'll be up further away. And I was just like, wow. But the whole idea that this was a thing that they had to like, there was military, like I guess the Indonesian military had little like bunkers on some of these little islands. It's just one dude. It's like the size of my room here, like a tiny little, 10 square feet little area with just sandbags around the edge, a little canopy for shade because it's super hot. And this guy's just sitting there like it was crazy. But South Africa, I've heard there's a lot of issues. Yeah. South Africa is going through a lot of shit right now. Yeah, hopefully that gets better, but interview from Bam Margera on his trip to North Korea. Yeah, you could do it. I mean, people do go. It's very expensive and it's almost not worth it because it's like a show they're putting on for you, right? Everybody's heard about going to North Korea, right? Like they take you through a very scripted kind of area and you're not allowed. It's like going on a ride at Disney. You can't just get off the ride and go behind the door that says employees only, right? So it's weird, but why is the fire to how you doing, King Case? If you removed every capital city in Europe from the respective country, the country's GDP would fall, except for Germany. Really? If Berlin was removed, if the capital city was removed, really? That's bizarre. Why would that be? That's got to be some weird, I don't know why that would be, but interesting. Economic dump. Oh, interesting. What do you mean economic dump? So everything's too expensive and nobody can afford to live there? Or do you mean like there is no work, like the high unemployment or something? You're the captain now, Dark Wolf. Yeah. Butt pirates. What exactly is a butt pirate? I don't know what you're talking about. Did I mill an Atraxa? God damn it. All I have is your crappy Preacher to get back? Where are all my big hitters here? I don't want a Preacher. Preachers are lame. I mean, I could squirm back a Cruelty here. I could just cast a Cruelty. I want to put something in the yard so that I can wail. Let's go Bitter Triumph. I'm gonna kill Tiny Bones. Discard Cruelty. That gets us up to 8 for the Wail. Now I can go Wail, bounce Philogy to my hand, and then they discard a card. I draw a card and mill 2, hopefully an Atraxa or something huge here. Oh my god. Well, we got a portal in the yard at least. Jace, I probably don't need... What do they? They have Go for the Throats. They can't even kill Jace. Maybe I should just take Jace here. Sure. I can just deck them. They have 40 cards. Jace squirming. That's 45 right there, right? Okay. Talent. I'm gonna make some life-linking vampires. I think I can ditch this guy. Kill your Preacher. Sure. Lum. Let's do Lum here. That'll fill our yard. There we go. Atraxa's in the yard. Get all our lands back. Sure, I'll keep the Terror Tide on top. Lum dies to Go for the Throat. Doesn't really matter. It did its job. Now I can hardcast anything I draw. Bring back Portal here. Bring back Cruelty. Sure. I think I'm just gonna kill them with Jace now.
Finish him.
Time to die. Yep. 45 cards I can take. Just don't want the auto tapper to F me here. Oop. Oh, Jace. You are magical. They say nice. Thanks. Good game. I couldn't click on it. The stupid emote came up. My bad. Would have said good game, but don't know why. Okay, anyway. Jace is great. Yeah, Jace just ends the game out of nowhere. You don't need to grind them, because a lot of decks are, you know, they're packing a bunch of Go for the Throats and stuff. Atraxa is great, just putting all the action in your hand, letting you discard some big stuff, sure. But I never kill them with Atraxa beats. Very rarely, like 1 out of 10 matches. Vast majority of my wins are just Jace mill you out. That just ends it immediately. No more draws for you, no more chance to interact, just you're dead. That's it. Even if you put them to just 3 cards in library, it's just the same as winning. They get a couple more turns maybe, but a lot of times you can just end it with Jace without any of the other nonsense. You don't need anything else. They're doing Rotten Mouth things. Sure. Yeah, so they have to pray that their discard hits my reanimation stuff and whatever, but even then, I've got Founding. Like, you've got so many ways to reanimate. The discard is really bad against my deck because, of course, I get to discard big things. So they're probably going to take out Liliana's. They'll take out... well, I don't know. They might rely on creatures to try and kill us here. I think I'm going to take out Jace. I don't know if I need him. They played Caustic Bronco, but that was like the only target and a bat.